What it do, ski? It's your boy Farewell34, and today I'm here with my reaction video to Stargate SG-1. This one is season 1, episode 16. How's it going, everybody? So, getting up on the double upload. My bad. I said at the end of the last video, I said yesterday, and I thought the days are blurring, so I mixed up when I thought I had put it on the schedule. I thought I put it for Saturday, but actually I put it for Sunday, so my bad for the discrepancy there. But still doing the extra upload, so excited to see what we're doing this time in Stargate SG-1. Last episode was the Gould, who had this like warship and whole switcheroo with this little girl. Cassandra ended out being sort of a sweeter ending where she's on Earth and Samantha took care of her and is probably going to look after her every now and then. With that being said, let's keep on going. So as always, if you enjoyed this, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, if you guys are interested in getting the full Under the Raw reactions and more and extra uploads, then definitely check out patreon.com/Farewell34 in the description down below. With that being said, gotta stay hydrated out here. Let's get into this one, guys. Cheers. Yeet.
I have been here before.
True.
What? You have?
Yes. The Goa'uld visit here regularly. It is one of their favorite places to harvest hosts for Goa'uld absorption.
But there's no one around.
People just teleport in again, like the Nox, or invisible. Yeah, the past few episodes, they've been giving us bits and pieces of information. Of Goa'uld, their technology, their habits. Oh!
And that we're friendly?
Why should I believe you?
Alright. I'm digging this. Oh no, come on. Ugh.
This Jafar killed my father.
Oh, that's crazy! I was about to say, did he slaughter the fam? I guess he did. Shit! Oh, this is a good one. Let's go. This is old Teal'c versus new Teal'c.
We do not take revenge like this. Or we are no better than the Jafar.
The question is Teal'c actually the one who did it, though? Or is he just projecting any Jafar that he can get his hands on, right?
Sir Kakona, Circle of Woes. Their name for the Stargate?
Circle of Woes. That's pretty cool, right? And accurate.
Possibly you can learn from us. I mean, you seem to need help avoiding the Goa'uld.
You may go. Now.
Alright.
Not him.
We're a unit.
Excuse me?
That's not how it works. Do it. Oh shit, no? This is canon.
Take him in custody.
Hold it! Jack, that's not the way to handle this.
I don't know. We'll see how this Cor-Ai thing goes, but maybe they might just say he's new man and then they might work together.
Yeah. We're gonna grab Teal'c and head straight for the Stargate. It'd be nice if we could do it without bloodshed.
No.
What if their idea of a simple trial is a simple beheading?
I will not run.
I appreciate Jack looking out for his boy and all, but Teal'c is a man of honor and clearly feels the way about what he did.
Well, you're out of luck, because you're not gonna get him to peck at anything.
Then who will be his voice?
That would be me.
Alright.
You?
Alright. O'Neill's lowering up right here. Let's see how this goes. Is it gonna be like a kid? No.
I am sorry. And by doing it, I shamed myself and my whole clan. I ask your forgiveness.
You have it.
Okay.
For this crime, the punishment is death.
Well, that's not a surprise.
Objection!
That's some bullshit.
Why is it not fair?
Because you're the son of the
He's
victim.
biased.
Yes.
Who else can fairly say what the punishment must be?
Well, you could, for one.
Didn't expect an episode of Stargate to seem like Suits.
I am the one who killed your father.
So how do they get out of this? Once he gets a gust of forgiveness, I mean...
So you were following orders.
Hanno's father died by my hand.
But he's
No one
obviously
else's.
orders.
Have you ever faced the crying eyes of a child whose father you have just murdered?
There are a lot of things
Oh my goodness.
we do.
This case represents the many.
Well, it shouldn't!
This is incredible. Oh my gosh.
I am sorry, O'Neill. I will not run.
Well, I'm sorry, Teal'c, but that's unacceptable. I'm gonna do what I have to do to keep you alive, whether you like it or not.
Wow.
We need to convince them that he's a different man now than he was then.
Good luck.
They're gonna have to just put the blame on Apophis and then work together to stop him, and then that'll be.
Tell us what
retribution.
happened to your wife.
It was difficult for me at first. I wanted to hate him. But now I know that it was a different Teal'c. That if there were any way for him to help me get my wife back, this Teal'c would do it gladly, even if it meant giving up his own life. This Teal'c is my friend.
Apophis ordered me to slaughter them all.
But you didn't, did you?
He said
I did
no.
not. I made a decision.
I think you're being a little modest here.
Yeah.
You have a family. Do you think you'll ever see them again?
Oh no, where do you sleep at night? Where do you take shelter? Where do you sleep?
We sleep in the hiding. We have hidden caves and tunnels in all directions. When the evil ones come in through the Circacona, we flee in all directions and we disappear.
I think I have something that might help us out.
He's got an idea. Brain blast.
There's more to it, isn't there? Like why you chose Hanno's father.
Oh, was he? Oh, prediction. Maybe he decided to sacrifice himself, so he asked Teal'c to kill him. Maybe because he was already sick, he was already doomed, or to save his son. And I assumed that this incident... Actually, no, because he's a full adult now. I was going to say maybe this happened closer towards the beginning of the first episode when he was going to change, when he was changing, or unless he always had the thought process of being good over, the past, couple years or decades or whatever it's been. This is great too. I'm loving how they're showing these flashbacks.
Kill one of them. If you hesitate, I will kill them all.
You're going back with us if I have to knock you out and carry you myself. Got it? Buy as much time as you can, Daniel.
Wow, Jack is really taking charge on this one. He even noticed it earlier on when he saw Daniel and Sam sort of just not acting timid per se, but just sort of going with his decision. And this is a really great episode. Wow.
So although you were faced with a terrible decision, you chose the lesser of two evils.
He chose to kill a crippled man. The man least able to run away. We have escape tunnels and caves.
Teal'c, did you know that back then?
I did.
Teal'c, why did you choose Hanno's father?
I knew that without him, the group could move more quickly.
So if Teal'c hadn't made that decision, many of you might not be alive today to want him dead.
Mm-hmm.
Teal'c may have killed Hanno's father, but in doing so, he saved you and all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Cor-Ai mandates that only Hanno can make that decision.
It was a good try, Daniel.
I commend you.
Thank you.
But he's on his bullshit.
Should somehow negate his past evil.
What, let me kill you instead?
One final question. Jafar, you are guilty of killing my father. You will die as my father did.
Teal'c is not one of our own.
He's not?
I mean, in the eyes of the government.
General Hammond, sir, if I may.
War criminals. Yes, Colonel, he is. Like it or not, what the Jaffa have done to these people and thousands of other people is a crime. But the government policies under which I must weigh my decisions say no.
Well, fine. Let's call the president.
That's enough, Colonel.
Holy hell.
I would like to volunteer my lifeless body and that of my symbiote for your scientists to study. You must not allow Colonel O'Neill to deny the retribution the Bursa deserve.
What are we doing here, Jack? What the fuck? Oh, the ghoul came through? Oh, and then he saves them mid-attack. That makes sense. Oh, wow. They crammed a lot of important bits of information in this episode. Mixed in with the tension? They're going right in. Office cameo? No?
Your death will assure my place as First Prime.
Sorry, brother. Oh my god. Jack. He's good. He got shot in the thigh, showed his loyalty. You're square now.
You would save those who wish to kill you?
I would save those who deserve to live.
You are not the same man as he who murdered my father.
I am the one.
No. That Jafar is dead.
We can help you defend yourselves.
We would appreciate that.
Boom. And that was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1 Season 1 Episode 16. I think this might have been one of the best episodes of the show so far, and I'm going to explain why. Premise, execution, the idea of them being in this sort of court, it all made for a really engaging and interesting episode. Also, just seeing them sort of just go about this this judicial system over on this other planet. I thought that in and of itself, having the court sequence and them learning about trial of Teal'c, made for a fun sequence. But also once we got to the emotional parts, they did not drop the ball at all, and I think they actually excelled in this episode compared to the past. So of course this episode was Teal'c centric, and this was his old self versus his new self from the Children of God until now. And I gotta say, this was I thought they did a fantastic job. And this serves as like a really great reminder, you know, from episode 1 until episode 16, just a little bit over, you know, the halfway point for season 1, just to how far our characters have come, how far Teal'c has really gone, and just all the ramifications and all the changes that have come to his life, having after falling off this for however long he had, turning his back and shooting his teammates. The repercussions of that are evident, and I think him just trying to come to terms with that in this episode, I thought was beautiful. The tension here that was just growing as the episode went along, as Jack was obviously getting more frustrated that they weren't trying to just leave, Hammond then getting involved, and the president even saying no to his orders. I just love the back and forth here from Daniel and Samantha to O'Neill. I thought it was all well done. Not to mention, I thought the performances here were well done as well, just gelling well with the type of tension here. And it is going to allude to the type of character drama and back and forth for later in the series, when things get even more high tension, when we spend more time with these characters. I'm really excited to see how they're going to go about that. Also, I'm really glad that they decided to go and actually film all of those sequences when Teal'c was you know, recalling his past. Really just made those scenes that much more immersive, and the storytelling and pacing impactful as well, right? It's not like we were just recalling things and we had to just use our own imagination. It really helped at just laying down how evil the Goa'uld are and when they're killing all these people, and I'm glad that they sort of highlighted that Teal'c obviously found a solution where Teal'c was trying to help them as best as he could, as he thought he could. One of my other favorite elements to it was just, I think, how satisfying of an episode this was for our characters. Like I said, I feel like this episode really just served as an episode that encapsulated the entire series so far, showed how far the SG-1 team has come as a unit, showed how they can butt heads. A lot of points that we've established this entire series and brought them to the forefront. Ideas that we hadn't really thought of, or at least I hadn't really put too much stock into. Things like Daniel's disdain for Teal'c after, you know, the whole incident with Cor-Ai. I mean, in addition to just seeing Teal'c sort of stepping up and taking onus and feeling guilt, the way that they presented this episode and him sort of fighting back against his team and saying, I want to have, you know, they deserve retribution for my actions, even though he knows he's a new man and we know as the audience he's a different man. I thought they played off the emotional scenes that were really well done. I actually thought it was pretty beautiful at points. And I love how we're just diving deeper into our characters, especially for season 1. Episode 16, we're already diving that much deeper into our characters. They're starting to become that much more three-dimensional, especially Teal'c. Like I said, having not thought about those things, hearing about and just outwardly hearing about his family now. We've seen them before, obviously, that one episode where I think they displayed this, but I feel like they did it even better this episode, showing his guilt to what he mentioned about his family, just showing how the choice that he made and what he had done previously, all these things are going on in his head, even though we see him, you know, cracking jokes or just being quiet. There's all this turmoil, so I thought they did a really great job at presenting that this episode. And also, once Hammond came in and he said, nope, we're not doing this, obviously referencing war criminals, I love how we went very morally ambiguous here at a lot of points. Like, I guess SG team, whatever it is, you know, Teal'c is useful as a resource for information, as a tool, whatever you may have it, and when it's not suitable for them, they're just sort of like, ooh, I don't know. I thought it was interesting how Hammond brought that up. But yeah, honestly, I actually really enjoyed this episode. I thought Jack was great here. Teal'c, the whole team, honestly, pretty much did a solid job here. Premise was pretty interesting, and I do think at the ending it was pretty, you know, maybe not rushed per se, but I actually thought they might have done sort of like an extended story here, just the way it was going, but they decided just to wrap it up. And I guess I should have saw that in hindsight. They kept referencing that the Goa'uld are coming, they're overdue, etc. But for some reason, I thought we were just going to focus on this character drama and then maybe lead it on into something else. But it felt a little bit quick, and his change of heart was done a little quickly, but I mean, he just saved his family, his friends, his village, or whatever it is, so put himself on the line. So anyway, guys, so that was my reaction video to Stargate SG-1 episode 16 for season 1. Guys, what you think about this one, though? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, if you enjoyed this one, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And with that being said, guys, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.